Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for coming to this presentation. My name is Nick Greco. I'm the president of Movement Marketing, and today I'm going to be walking you through our hyper-targeting technology in this presentation. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Want to talk a little bit about why you guys may be here watching this presentation today. You probably got reached out to by a member of the Movement Marketing team, either on a phone call or on a message. We want to thank you for responding to that positively. You may have just been curious when we were talking about the AI-powered hyper-targeting technology, so you wanted to come see what it's all about. If that's the case, we're glad you're here. I'm sure that many of you are here for the same reason, that you don't love your current marketing and lead gen efforts, whether that be the amount of leads you have coming in, the amount of traffic you have coming in, the amount that you're paying to get those leads coming in. And so because of that, you're here looking for something new and looking for a new way to generate your own leads and your own deal flow. Because no matter what the reason is why you're sitting here watching this today, I'm sure you all have a few things in common, and that's what we want to talk to you about. And guys, we hate to be the ones that have to tell you this. We know that you love them, and we know that they've done some good for you in the past. You've had fun. But we want to be the ones to tell you that it might be time for a new relationship. If you see, I'm sure that many of you, if not all of you, have had relationships with one, if not all, of these featured models. We've got AdWords. You've got your different leads programs. You've got your three-letter acronyms like SEO, PPC. We're here to tell you that we think that there could be a better way and that it might be time to break up with them. Now, we say this with a little satire, guys. We know that these programs can work, and they have worked in the past, but I think that we can all agree that paying a fortune on AdWords and paying a fortune on lead programs are not the best option in 2021. I'm sure that a lot of you watching have had negative experiences with those, especially with these lead programs from any industry. They're all the same. You don't want to be spending a ton of money for leads that are being sold to you, that are being sold to a lot of other people. What we're here to help you with when we're going to be talking about this hyper-targeting technology is a way that you can be in the driver's seat. Then we can set up a system that drives unique, ideal customers directly to you where you aren't just paying per lead. And so we're here to tell you that, hey, it's time to stop listening to the same broken mixtape of digital marketing sad songs. And there's a new track in town. That new track is called AI-powered hyper-targeting. Let's jump right into it. So hyper-targeting, you've heard me talk about it. This is what we call it. What exactly is it, you're asking? Well, hyper-targeting is the perfect marriage, guys, of three really key components. The first of which is granular targeting technology and abilities. The second is we take those granular targeting abilities and we pair it with device ID extraction. This sounds wild. It is wild. We'll talk about it when we get to that point. And then lastly, we take those first two elements and amplify it by omni-channel ad placement. And so let's go ahead and start talking about each one of these parts of the equation. So the first of which is the granular targeting capabilities this technology has. With our granular targeting, there's four primary types of targeting abilities. With these four types of targeting, guys, understand that there's an endless amount of applications to be customized for you and your business within this framework. So as I go through each one, just keep your mind open and be thinking about which case you think is best for you and your business. So the first of which is location targeting. And when we talk about location, guys, what we mean, sometimes we call it rooftop targeting. So don't get this confused with the location aspect of a search base that I'll get into here in a second. When we're talking about a location targeting, we're talking about a physical address location. As I said, sometimes we call this rooftop targeting. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Some of you may be thinking, hey, you know what, Nick? I've had people that have talked to me about geofencing and geolocating, blah, blah, blah. I don't really understand what it is. I can here to promise you that the capabilities that we have with this is far superior to any other geofencing you may have used or heard of in the past. we are able to get this down to the actual physical single location. So if you're a business that wants to target retail locations or other offices or any really specific geolocation, we can put polygons around that exact address and target people that are going into that address, not, a quarter-mile radius around it. So that's the first type of targeting. The second type of targeting is really the most broad and where we can get the most creative and target just about anything. This is search-based targeting. And so we'll identify your ideal customer profile and then essentially anything that they could be searching that relates to your business or that you want to use as a scope where you want to attract those types of people, we can set up search parameters and target those people exactly. Again, especially with this search feature, guys, the applications are endless. And so we want to get with you and your individual business specifically to see the best way that we can really drill this down and target your ideal customers. And then next, along with the search-based, we have our preset audience or audience-based targeting. So this is where we'll go through and really nail down and drill down who your ideal audience is based on any criteria that you have. And again, I know I keep repeating myself, but understand the applications on this, guys, are essentially limitless. Whatever your ideal audience is, we can break it down probably to a degree that you have not even thought of yet. And the key to this is making sure that not only we reach your ideal customer, guys, because I know that other places you can drill down your ideal audience, but with the technology that we have here, we're going to make sure that your message never even reaches people outside of this audience. And that's really the power of what we're doing. So we take those first three, and then lastly, we have what we call domain targeting or URL targeting. And I saved the best for last on this because this is actually my personal favorite. One of the things that we stand for here at Movement Marketing is we want to help the small business owner, the solopreneur who doesn't have the bandwidth or the budget to put together an entire marketing team, get ahead and find hacks to where they can compete with the people that can spend a fortune on marketing. With the domain targeting, we're actually able to target people that are going to other domains, other URLs, and send your message to those people. For example, if you're in an industry where you have competitors that are spending tens of thousands of dollars a month to pop up first on Google, someone goes to their website. Because it's 2021, they probably are not buying right away from that person just because they're first on Google. They research a little bit. They want to see what other options they have. And so we can take someone that goes to the website that pops up first on Google and then turn around and send your ads to them everywhere else they go online. So it's a really great hack for small to medium-sized businesses, solo entrepreneurs, to be able to take advantage of the money that their competitors are spending to be first on Google and then turn around and have your ad placed in front of all those people. It's an awesome hack. It's one of my favorites. And I think that it's a way that we can really help entrepreneurs, small business owners compete at a high level where otherwise they may not have the budget to. And so the next piece is we take these granular targeting abilities, guys, and we pair it with device ID extraction. So this may be the buzzword that got your attention initially. We say, hey, we have an AI-powered technology where we use device ID extraction to send messages to your ideal audience. The device ID extraction sounds wild. It is wild, guys. And here's a high-level overview of what it is. This is a piece of our technology that is most driven by AI. What we do is based on the search parameters and the targeting that we have in the first step, we then find those people that fit your customer profile, and we go out and we try to extract their device ID based on certain behaviors or certain triggers that they go through in their customer journey. This is by far the most sophisticated method for identifying and targeting your ideal customer profile. So essentially how it works is it's very similar to an IP address that a computer has, except it's called a device ID on a mobile device. And I know what you're thinking, Nick, this sounds wild, and I'm here to tell you this is wild. It is legal. The way that it is because when we're extracting the device ID, we're not extracting the personal information. So it's not telling us James Brown social security number is 555-55-5555, right? What it's telling us is this device ID has the following buying behaviors and has the following data running through it. So we're able to track buying behaviors super specifically that are associated with that device ID. And that is how we couple the granular targeting at the beginning. We extract the device ID, so anyone that fits your customer profile, we take that device ID, run it through the matrix, run it through the AI, put it in the database as someone that we want to start sending messages to. And so then what we do is on that specific device ID, we start running omni-channel ads. And what that means, guys, is that they're not going to see your ad one time on one platform. We are literally going to send your ad to them on every platform that they have and that they go to on their device, on every device that is related to that mobile ID, whether it be a gaming console, whether it be a smart TV. And so your ad is going to be sent to them over and over and over again so that they see you everywhere. And this is what we mean when we say that we're going to take those first two key elements and amplify them with omni-channel ad placements. Guys, it's 2021. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that the more that someone sees you, the more likely they are to remember you and to do business with you. Omni-channel campaigns have a 400% more engagement than single-channel campaigns and a 250% higher rate of purchase than single-channel campaigns. And you guys have all heard kind of the general statistic that someone has to see you or see your brand anywhere from 7 to 10 times before they're going to go ahead and look at you or do business with you. So that's the idea behind the omni-channel ad placement. And then lastly, and best of all, guys, is you don't have to take my word for this. Everything that we do is grounded in data. Before we even start the campaigns, we take a look at the scope of opportunity to understand what's even available for you and the best plan of attack before we just start sending ads out into the world. And then as the campaigns run on a month-to-month basis, we have monthly reports that we go over with you that are going to measure every part of the campaign and where we will be able to attribute everyone that we drive to you and everyone that becomes a customer of yours, we'll be able to attribute that to a single device ID. So we'll be able to show you the exact ROI from the campaigns. So you can say goodbye to the days of throwing marketing dollars against the wall, seeing what sticks, not being able to understand the ROI, and just kind of hoping and praying that your business goes up. Those days are over. That is not what hyper-targeting is about. You'll actually be able to know and understand your ROI. So that's the quick overview, guys, of what hyper-targeting is. As I've been saying the whole time, the actual applications are kind of endless, and so we want to get with you and your business specifically to figure out the best game plan and best strategy for deploying something like this. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch it and check it out. Get back with the person that showed this video to you, and let's figure out a way that we can make hyper-targeting work for you and your business. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.